So it is now 2021, obviously. And for today's video, I want to do my 10 bold 2021 MLB predictions. Now, these can consist of anything. They can consist whether it's talking about the season being delayed, whether it's talking about the season, whether it's talking about trades, whether it's talking about free agency. Whatever it's talking about can be mentioned in today's video for my 10 bold 2021 MLB predictions for my first video of 2021. So yeah, 2020 was not as good as it could have been, but obviously that was due to COVID. Hopefully, it'll be a better 2021 because 2020 just was not it. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, my 10 bold 2021 MLB predictions. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. But before we do, 68% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Leave a like. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. Starting off with the Yankees. They do not win the AL East again. Now, this is a bold prediction, predicting that the Yankees will not win the division for the third straight year. Now, some of these predictions are going off my free agent and trade predictions, but the AL East next season is going to be one of the toughest divisions to compete in Major League Baseball. Do I think the Yankees will make the playoffs? The answer is yes on that. But I do not think they win that division, unfortunately for them. But the Yankees lose. Second prediction is the Padres win the NL West. The Padres have gotten a ton better this offseason, trading for Jarvis Snell and signing KBO star Hassan Kim. As of right now, the Padres, in my opinion, are the best team in the NL West. The Dodgers have not gotten a ton worse, but they have not re-signed key players in 2020 like Blake Trinan, Jake McGee, and more. This Dodgers team needs a DJ LeMahieu type move for them to be in the mix with the Padres, because I think the Padres hype is real. Obviously, you've seen teams like the Clippers get really stacked and then they just fall in the playoffs. But this team is a really good constructed team, I think. They've got the perfect good young players and Fernando Tatis and other players, and the perfect mix of veterans with Eric Hosmer, Yu Darvish, and more. They've just got the perfect mix here in San Diego, and I think this team will win the NL West. If DJ goes to the Dodgers, if Trevor Bauer goes to the Dodgers, if George Springer goes to the Dodgers, then we might be looking at a whole different story. My third bold prediction, though, is same crap, different year. What I'm referring to by the title of this one is what happened in 2020. That delayed 2 months of the season. The MLB and the MLBPA arguing, and it will probably happen once again, unfortunately, for everyone involved. There have already been some rumors about the season being delayed, and with the commissioner of Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, really does not care about the game of baseball. That is a problem. What a joke of a commissioner he is. I'm sorry, Rob Manfred, but you really just don't care for the game as much as I would if I was commissioner, or any of these other people in baseball YouTube or other people. I think they would care a lot more about baseball and the game of baseball, because you're obviously not doing it. Sorry. I don't think many baseball fans at all are a fan of Rob Manfred, and if you're a fan of Rob Manfred, you're probably the stupid person that hired him. Next, at number 4, the Dodgers and Padres will both win 100 games in 2021. The Dodgers just won the 2020 World Series, and the Padres have made some big moves this offseason, trading for Blake Snell, Yu Darvish. The Dodgers have not made any big moves this offseason. Their only big moves have been signing Tommy Kahnle and trading for Corey Knebel. Now, Tommy Kahnle, unfortunately, will not pitch the 2020 season, and Corey Knebel will. Tommy Kahnle will not because he has Tommy John surgery. Corey Knebel, we saw a really good version of him in 2018, I think. Both of these teams could be the best in the NL, honestly. Who knows when the 2021 MLB season will start? I'm sorry if I'm saying 2020 MLB season. It takes like a week for me to adjust to it being 2021, so sorry. Yeah, the 2021 MLB season will start, but if they are able to play 162 games, I think both will win 100 games. Now, like I said, this prediction is going off 162 games. My fifth bold prediction, though, is Juan Soto will win the 2021 NL MVP. Juan Soto is so good and kind of underrated. Juan Soto, it is finally his year to win MVP. I think Soto or Acuna, some of the best young players in the game, will be fighting for this MVP spot in 2021. I'm going to go with Soto, though. He had a great 2020 season, not to mention the fact that he was out for the first 10 games. It is proven, though, to be an MVP, your team needs to be good, and the Nationals are in a tough division, but I I don't think that'll necessarily impact Soto because they do have a pretty good team. I don't think they're going to be nearly as bad as they were in 2020 because I don't think this team can be that bad. The way they're built, they're not that bad. They're just not that bad, and they're not going to be a pushover by NL East teams in 2021. My sixth bold prediction is Nolan Arenado demands a trade this offseason. Now, this one's a bold prediction, but Nolan Arenado made his comments last offseason, and like I said, I don't hate him. I think it's great. I don't care that he said these things because I think he's completely right. If you're not going to build the correct winning team around me, then trade me. And I really think that's the truth because this team is not built like a playoff team. You have great hitters like Trevor Story and Charlie Black. And this pitching is not, it is terrible. The pitching started off well. And my funny prediction was the fact that midway through the season, I predicted that they would win the 2020 NL West. That's funny. I was giving too much into the hype of their first half of the season, but that's what 60 games does. That's why 60 games does not need to happen for 2021. I could go on a rant for days about how this is not good. It's not good for baseball. It's not good for baseball fans. In some ways, in some aspects, I think it could be good for baseball considering there's a little fewer games. People complain about the season being too long, but I personally don't care about the season being too long. I think it might be actually good for some baseball fans. Some baseball fans just really want to maybe watch the NBA for a couple days. Then they can take a break from baseball, and it's not like you feel like you missed 10th of the season. So, yeah, I mean, maybe that's some wrong analysis in your opinion, but yeah, that's my thoughts and my opinions on that. You can't have a 60-game season. You can't have billionaires and millionaires fighting over money again when they're both rich. Number 7, Cleveland baseball team does not trade Francisco Lindor. The Lindor trade rumors have died down, to say the least. The more and more days that go by without me seeing some more rumors, it seems like the Cleveland baseball team will not trade him and lose him in free agency for nothing. The Cleveland baseball team has made some stupid moves by trading Corey Kluber for nothing, which did not turn out to be too bad for this team, but they traded the 2020 NL Cy Young, Trevor Bauer, for nothing, and Mike Clevenger for young prospects. Not a bad trade for the baseball team. The Cleveland baseball team, they've made some stupid moves. I've mentioned it in multiple videos. I don't really like the way that they're run, but they're run as a cheap team, and they find a way. But I don't really think this team finds a way to really kind of come close to make the playoffs in the traditional route because the Rays, they find a way to win in a tough division. The A's, the same thing. The Cleveland baseball team, though, they automatically get a third-place team because the Tigers and Royals are terrible. So I don't really take much into account. Mike Trout will win the 2021 AL MVP. This is my bold prediction, number 8. Yes, this is the boring pick, but it is always a safe pick to pick one of the best baseball players ever in Mike Trout. This is boring, like I said, but it's what I'm going to go with until proven wrong. Next, at number 9, the NL Central will be the easiest division in baseball, meaning that I think it's going to be the NFC East of baseball. This is a bold prediction, in my opinion. The Cubs and Reds look to be rebuilding this offseason, and the Pirates are a terrible team. Now, the way the Cubs and Reds are constructed right now, they are constructed that they could be a playoff team, and obviously the Reds are going to lose Trevor Bauer, it looks like. The Brewers did not play well in 2020, even though they made the playoffs, which is pretty sad. I like the expanded playoffs personally. I think I'm going to do a whole video about the rule changes in 2020 and my thoughts and opinions on them because I think that would be for an interesting video. So if you would really like that video, then hit leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Yeah. Number 10, all of the 2020 MLB rule changes will not stay. Now, this may seem like a crazy one to say, but I don't see many of them staying. I don't see the 3-batter minimum rule staying. Rob Manfred said the expanded playoffs were too many teams, and the universal DH doesn't look to be coming back. It looks like a lot of the main rule changes are just not going to come back, unfortunately, in 2021. So I'm not a fan of Rob Manfred. I don't like the way that he does baseball, and I don't like the way that he's not doing these rule changes because I think they help Major League Baseball a lot because you can't stay with the same game and expect to get new and younger fans into the game, and that's what Rob Manfred's trying to do, and that's why he's failing as the Major League Baseball GM. But that's a whole different rant for another day. So those are my 10 bold predictions for 2021 in Major League Baseball. Obviously, we all hope for a better 2021. Yeah. So that's